Hello, welcome to Renee in Tune. How are you all doing this afternoon? I am I'm doing okay. Excuse me. Hi. How are you, love? So, I am going to do a quick collective reading and then follow that up with donation-based readings. Any donation is fine. Oh, let me put my information because I always forget this. But anything is fine. I'm just, excuse me. I'm just remembering to do this sometimes. Okay. Still learning. So before I get started, I am having a September focus sale. So this is the 1st of September. And, well, as we know it, right? And I am running a September focus sale on my website. So if you go to reneeintune.com, you can find it. And there's the September focus sale. And I'm sorry, I can't do two things at one time. So I'm trying to do that. Hi, beautiful. What's up, Em? How are you? All right. There we go. Yeah, I'm like, I can't do more than one thing at a time. I just can't. So I am going to do a quick collective reading, and then anyone who wants to send in donations and wants a personal reading can put their question in the question bubble down below. I hope the music is not too loud. I have some jazz playing in the background. If it is, let me know and I'll lower it. But I was just getting ready to talk about, hi, what's up? What's going on? So I am running the September focus sale. So that is $11.11. And it is on my website. So if you want to go check that out, you can go to reneeintune.com and find that sale that I'm running, a focus reading. So I'll be covering your focus for the month of September, whatever's in the blockage for you, and whatever your advice is for the month. So that you can find on my website. I did post about it. I'll, keep reminders up and whatnot. But as of right now, if you're wanting a personal reading, you can drop a donation of any amount and a question in the question bubble below. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and do a collective message for everyone. Please go follow my TikTok and my Twitter. I will have content up there today. I'll be doing my general horoscopes for the elements like I usually do them. You'll find those on Twitter. I'm going to start putting some up today. But I do have some fun things on TikTok, I guess, little messages for the signs. I'm going to continue doing those. If there's anything you want to see, let me know. I do also have a pick a card coming. There's a pick a card that will be here today, posted on Instagram. So look out for that. Anything you guys are wanting to see, please let me know. Y'all know I'm trying to get it back together. I'm back and I'm here, so I'm trying to get it back rolling and get you guys things that you want to see going. What's up, my love? How are you? What's going on? I am getting a messages for the collective right now, and anyone who's interested in a reading, just drop me a message in a message bubble. Messages for the collective, spirit guides and angels, please offer me clear and accurate messages for the collective at this time. this card came out in reverse. Let's see. All right, let's get some more cards pulled, and then I'm going to pull some oracle messages for us. Let me lower this a little bit because I feel like it's loud. Let me know how it sounds, if the music is too loud. Just let me know in the comments if the sound is okay. I haven't gotten sleep in a day. I understand. I feel you. I definitely do. Hi, Key. What's up, my love? How are you feeling? I know exactly how it is. Please make sure that you guys are meditating. I know that it's hard. Believe you me, y'all have no idea how many years it's taken me to get into meditating, and I still struggle a lot with it. But there are ways. It doesn't have to look a certain way. There are ways to get yourself involved in it. Sometimes it just takes for you to recognize that your energy is just not where it needs to be, and to make the conscious decision to just do it. And okay, I think we have our cards pulled. Believe me, I know it's rough, it's hard, I understand, but the benefits of it is so high for you, for us all. All right, let's, yep. I haven't meditated in weeks. Yeah, I listened to Spotify this morning to meditate. Yeah. Spotify has meditation things. I think there's some stuff I follow on there. I'm gonna look on there and let you all know. But there are a lot of things that you can listen to help you meditate, on Spotify, on YouTube. And also just music. Like me, I meditate through music. Even if I get to the point where I sit down and do that quiet meditation, I have to listen to music in order to get to that point. Like, I can't get to that point without the music. And I won't say I can't. So let's throw that word out. We're not going to say can't. It's just difficult for me to do so at times. Or at least when I was first starting to get into meditation, that was a hard thing for me, is really like shutting my mind off. Because obviously that's the purpose of meditation, is to help to control your mind, to control what's coming in and what it's being filled with, I guess you could say. So that's the entire purpose of it. You know what I mean? I need music. Music is what gets me in the zone. I was speaking to with someone last night, and they said that the words will get in the way. They'll start to sing. I listen to a lot of instrumental music. I know that not everybody is into, you listen to frequencies before you go to sleep. Not everyone's into that. Not everyone is at the point where they understand the benefits of that. And so that might be a little, grueling. So for me, it's like, Afro beats, like soca, jazz, anything that's instrumental, that gets the body going, that I can feel in my body, that maybe doesn't have words, you know what I mean? I'm a lover of music, so I love instruments. But there are also music with, words, like regular music that we listen to, that that are each in the frequency or the musical key of a chakra. So if you're trying to balance your chakras and you want, more simpler ways of trying to figure out how to do that, or at least how to get started on that, music is a great way to do that. It's very healing, and it doesn't have to be, frequency music. It could be just music in certain keys are healing for the chakras. And I'll post about that if that's something you're interested in. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna post about that because I feel like we talk about that a lot, and that's something that not everybody is clear about. So let's hop into this reading for the collective. We're starting with the 9 of Cups here. So I feel like we're all getting into this place where we're really focusing on our emotional security. We're really focusing on being happy, feeling happy, what makes us happy on our own, like not really having anything to do with anyone else or anything else. And then here we go, the Magician card in reverse. Okay, so the Magician card is coming out in reverse. What this says is that we're not manifesting. It's like we're working towards finding our happiness. We're working towards finding what's fulfilling for us. We're trying to find what's going to bring us fulfillment, because for some of us, it's not necessarily, we may not be struggling financially, or we may not be struggling, in our lives, but there's something missing. It's like there's something that is, or even that's altering for us at this time, right? So with the Magician in reverse here, it's like, I feel like we're needing to manifest more. We're needing to have intentional manifestation more, which we talked about. I was talking with Chandra yesterday or the day before yesterday about that, where there needs to be more intentional manifestation. This is what I struggle with, because I'm a person that, I can see the manifestations that I bring in just from my own speech. But I have a hard time manifesting from an intentional place, saying this is what I'm manifesting. So I feel that some of us are struggling with that. The Magician is in reverse. There's the Knight of Coins here. So I feel like this is where the consistency is supposed to come in. Like Spirit is telling us there needs to be more consistency in this. The Magician is in reverse. The Knight of Coins is surrounding it. It's like we need to be willing to put the work in. The Knight of Coins talks about putting work in, talks about being diligent. It's a slow and steady process, right? So it's like we may manifest here and there. We may do that moon, that full moon ritual or that new moon ritual. We may set these intentions every now and again, but then we fall out of the process. Does that make sense? And I feel like Spirit is telling us we need to be consistently doing the work. Like this needs to be a consistent thing. We need to be consistently doing the work. Knight of Coins, Magician. We need to be consistently in manifestation mode. Just creating a habit of it. Finding ways that work for us, just like we talked about with meditation. Finding ways that work for us, because everything doesn't work for everybody. You have to find what is where your groove is. You got to find what your groove is, what works for you. And it's okay. You know what I mean? A lot of people out there will tell you it has to be done this way, it has to be done that way. And I just feel like you have to find what works for you, because we're not, yes, we all are the same in some sense, but we're not all the same. We have different stories, different journeys. We're at different levels of it. And you have to find what works for you. What is going to bring you into the place where you can make this a consistency in your life, where you can make your manifestations a consistency in your life, where you can make meditation a consistency in your life. Because we're right now in this place of searching for emotional security, searching for fulfillment, ultimately, right? What's in the blockage? 6 of Swords. Okay, so this is about movement. For many of us, it's a mindset. And this, I can say, is for me all the way. There's a mindset that we hold on to that isn't serving us anymore. For some of us, it's a place. We're needing to move, okay? Pack up and jump ship, like get up out of there. And this is also relevant for me as well. It's like some of us are needing a change of scenery, you know what I mean? To move out of that house, move out of that state, move from that job. Some of us are just needing to change our mindset the way that we view money, the way that, our relationship with money is, the way that we view our relationships with people. It's about just allowing the change. And for me, how I can say it is, it's like an internal change. It's internal, because we can say, I made a lot of changes to the outside. But it isn't until we really make a lot of changes on the inside that we find things really flowing in the direction that we want them to go. Hi, Benita. What's up, beautiful? It's like, this to me talks about really digging deep and changing our wiring, you know what I mean? Our programming. Because even if we decide to make changes in our life, if we do not tackle the root of something, anything that we're dealing with, we leave it open to reoccur in our life consistently. Okay. It's really a process. It's a consistent process. And I think that that's what the Spirit is trying to make clear to us all together at once. It's like, yes, you can decide, I'm not going to do things this way anymore, or I'm not going to think of things in this way anymore. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to think of it in this way. However, there is a level of consistency that needs to be at play for that to really manifest in our lives. And I think that that's the overall message here. We find fulfillment in consistency, in what are we doing consistently in our lives? What are we changing consistently in our lives? It's not just a one time, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It's like, we need to be able to be conscious of this on a day-to-day basis. And I feel like that's, I get it. For me, that message is clear for me, because it's like, yo, are you doing this every day? And then I know for me, it's like, I do the work, and then certain things don't pan out, and I'm just like, well, what's going on? But I get it, because Spirit's like, well, are you doing the work every day? Are you doing this? Are you doing that every day? Are you being consistent? Are you being intentional? Are you meditating daily? Are you manifesting from an intentional place? You know what I mean? We've got the Knight of Swords in the back, in the past, and then we've got the Page of Swords in the past. Wow, this to me really talks about us holding back. It's crazy, because it's like, for some of us, it's ideas. And I talked about this with one of my, my beautiful tribe members yesterday. It's like, sometimes we jump out there and we communicate ourselves, but then I think that we get discouraged and we hold back with the Page of Swords. I feel like this is it's just a consistent message for us. It's like, what are you willing to be consistent? Are you willing to put the work in? Are you willing to put the work in? Are you willing to be consistent? Because we've got, I'm sorry, I was seeing notifications pop up on my phone, but it's like, I feel like we may communicate certain things, and if we don't get the response that we're looking for or seeking, then we hold back. We'll pull ourselves back a little bit with this Page of Swords. I also feel like there are things we jump out there, like with our business, with my business. I get out there and I get busy a little bit, and then stuff kind of, the pressure gets on, and then it's like, I pull back. I've struggled with astrology with that. You guys who have been around for a little bit know that. You know that I come out with it, and I'm all talking about the astrology, and I'm talking about, the placements and the houses and the thises and the that's, and then I pull back and I don't really put that content out there anymore. There's a level of nervousness, or a level of, am I going to be able to do that? Is my point getting across? Are people going to hear me? There's all these thoughts. And I feel like we juggle back and forth between these two places, Knight of Swords and Page of Swords. We jump out there. We put ourselves out there a little bit. We communicate. We start to teach. We start to vocalize. We start to even express ourselves to other people, express our feelings, express our emotions. But then we hold back for several different reasons with the Page of Swords. We pull back a little bit. We don't really say as much. We don't lay ourselves on the table. We don't bring our emotions out. We don't teach as much as we do. There's a level, I feel, of us. It's that mindset that's in the way. The Six of Swords. It's that mindset, because if we don't tackle the root of that mindset, then we will juggle between those two places. If we don't figure out why, where's the point in our lives that we first felt like, oh, I wasn't good enough for this, or I wasn't going to be able to do that, or I wasn't going to, I wasn't going to be able to ask for that, or I wasn't going to be able to teach that. That's that thought and that idea that keeps popping back up. And this is what Spirit is trying to tell us. If you want to find that emotional security, if you want to find that fulfillment in what you're doing, in your purpose, and why you're here, in everything that you have going on in your life, and whatever is surrounding you at this period of time, are you willing to manifest, right? Are you willing to manifest from a place of intention? Are you willing to put the work in? Are you willing to be consistent on a day-to-day basis? And are you willing to change those mindsets that are blockages for you? Change those mindsets, and that's a consistent process. Are you willing to work towards changing those mindsets that are holding you back, okay, from communicating yourself, from expressing yourself, from saying what it is that you feel, from dimming your own light, from teaching things that you know you are equipped to teach, with this Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords here. And then we've got the Nine of Wands, and this is what's on our mind, and this is where the root of the mindset comes from. This is it, the Nine of Wands here, because we feel like we have to protect ourselves. Nine of Wands, because we feel like we have to protect ourselves. And then we've got the Four of Cups here. So what happens is we become discouraged because of past circumstances, right? And that's where the Six of Swords comes into play. Where this is what's in the blockage. What is our mindset? Six of Swords. We need to make changes. We need to make movements. We need to move. And those past circumstances, whatever happens that was discouraging, that was, displacing for us, it keeps us in this mindset of needing to protect ourselves, keeping walls up, right? And that's what we struggle with. That's what the message is really plain and really clear here, and I feel like it's in regards to love, relationships with friends, family members, and also career and finances, because this comes into play in every part of our lives. Hi Leslie, what's up, beautiful? Mwah. It's like when we're not being consistent, we're not meditating daily, and we're not manifesting daily, then we leave ourselves open. Yeah, I want to donate but can't stay for the live. Oh, you can do whatever you want, my love, and thank you so much for that. But if you want to, I'm gonna wrap this up. If you want, if you're here for after this message, I can do a reading for you. But it's up to you. Just wanted to say hello. We'll catch the replay. Oh, thank you so much, Vanita. I love you guys. Hi, Bree. How are you? But I feel like the message, there's more cards here on the table, but I feel like the message is very, very clear for us. Right now at this time, Spirit is being very direct with us and letting us know that, hey, listen, I know that you're trying to find emotional security right now. You're trying to find fulfillment and purpose in your life and in what you're doing. I know that you're wanting to feel happy and satisfied with everything that's surrounding you. But what mindsets from the past are hindering you from doing that? Where is it that you feel like you have to keep your walls up and keep yourself overly protected, and where is it that you feel like you have to be standoffish to new opportunity because you're concerned about disappointments, you're concerned about repeats of the past, right? And where is it that you are convinced that you cannot express yourself fully and clearly, right? Where is it that you are convinced that you cannot teach? Or where is it that you're convinced that you have to maybe dim your light a bit? Thank you, my love. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you so much. And I feel like Spirit is saying, when are you going to understand that the work needs to be consistent, not just here and there, not just when you feel it's necessary, but are you manifesting daily from a place of intention? Are you willing to put the work in? Are you meditating daily? Are you willing to put the work in? Are you dissecting your mindset and what needs to go and what needs to stay? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing that? Are you consistent with that? And I say are you, but I mean we, because this message is for me as well, or especially I could say. We've got the Page of Wands here. So this is what we're seeking. We're seeking passion. For some of us, it's like we don't have passion. We're not in love with the place that we live in anymore. We're not in love with the person the people that are in our lives anymore. We're not in love with the work that we're doing anymore. And it's like, what's missing? Where can I find passion? Page of Wands. Where can I find passion? Where can I incorporate what I love into what I'm doing or what I'm around, right? Or what's around me at all times. The Six of Wands is here. Page of Wands and the Six of Wands. We want not only passion, but we want success. We want recognition. We want proposals. We want, what is it called? Promotions. We want all of these things to be happening in our lives. You know what I mean? We want success, but we want passion. We want to be able to be happy with the success in our lives, right? But we have the moon here, and I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty taking place. There's a lot of uncertainty, things we cannot see, things that are happening in the background, that are happening in the places that we can't see more than anything. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. I'm just looking something up. Here we go. I'm sorry. I know I'm not a multitasker. I cannot do more than one thing at a time. I just cannot. Let's see. Yeah, so I feel like there's so much uncertainty there because we can't see what's happening in the background with the moon energy here. We can't see what's happening in the background, and so we that is where the fear comes in, right? or the conflict. Five of Wands. That is where the conflict comes in. That is where the confusion comes in. That's where the power struggle comes in. That's where we're fighting with ourselves all of the time. And honestly, some of us are fighting with other people. Some of us have people around us that don't understand the vision, right? They don't get it. Some of us have people around us that are having this power struggle with us, right? Five of Wands. This could be for some of you family members, and I feel this heavily late, especially as of late. There are some of you that are dealing with family members that don't understand. They don't understand your path. They don't understand your purpose. They don't understand the direction that you're going. They don't understand the vision that you have. And so there's somewhat of a power struggle. It's like, you got to do things my way. You got to do things my way. You got to do things how I think you should do it. You got to do things how I see it making sense for you. I don't know how to say this, but it's like, you'll know at some point. You just know who your people are, and you know who they're not. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you got to decide where you're going to place your energy, because some of these people are going to be able to say, you know what? How can I support you? How can I be supportive of you? You know what I mean? I love you. I care for you. How can I be supportive of you? Some of these people are going to say, well, you really think that makes sense? You think that you should be doing this? Maybe you should be doing this. Is what makes sense. And sometimes these people ain't even going to have their shit together. And I'm just keeping it real. Like, these people are going to be telling you how you should be doing things, and their stuff not even together. You know what I mean? Or they're not in the place that you see yourself going. They're somewhere else. And it's like, with all due respects, I am headed in this direction. And so I need to gain insight and gain, and get advice from people who are there, people who are doing that, right? And not just people who are there and people who are doing that, but my own higher self and my own intuition, right? Because that's where it's at. That's where the answers are. And I know that sounds cliche, but that's the truth. You know what I mean? And sometimes we listen to people in our lives because of the place that they hold, whether it's a parent or, a sibling or, a friend or whoever. And we listen to them because we feel like we're obligated to. And there's a difference between love and obligation. It's not the same, but we misconstrue it all the time. This is something I had to learn closely. Are we obligated to forming our lives in the way that certain people around us want us to? Are we obligated to do that? You know what I mean? Or do we have more of an obligation to our own soul, to our own selves, to our own, to loving ourselves? Do we have more of an obligation to respecting our own lives, our own intentions? We've got I pulled a few oracle cards here. The first one is a new romantic cycle begins. Okay, new moon in Libra. Some of you are bumping into new people in your lives. Libra energy, Libra season possibly. Libra season is coming. I feel like this is... I feel like my Geminis and Virgos, more than anyone else, you're needing to manifest daily. Like you're needing to get into intentional manifestation daily, a routine of it. This is for everybody, but I feel like my Geminis and Virgos, that message is for you more than anyone else. You're needing to get into a routine of intentional manifestation daily. My Tauruses, you're needing to be consistent with your work. Consistency is key right now. Slow and steady wins the race. My Tauruses, consistency is key. Geminis, speak your mind. Don't hold back. I feel like my Geminis, you're needing to be able to, and I feel like this is specifically in your finances. If you're not making what you need to be making, and you're not getting your worth, speak up. Say something. If you have ideas, it's time to put those ideas into play. Say something. Start expressing yourself. Start speaking. Geminis, you are natural born communicators. It's time. I feel like my Geminis, you're needing to step out there and communicate yourself a little bit more. Allow that to flow more. Work on your throat chakra. Let me see who else. My Pisces, get out of fear. My Pisces, get out of fear. Release any negativity or fear. It's time to start focusing on your mindset more than anything. Pisces, dig into your mindset, how you're thinking and how you're feeling. Where is there fear? Where is it stemming from? When did it start? What caused it? And what is the pattern of it arising? When does it keep popping up in your life? My Pisces, more than anyone else, start tackling that fear, releasing that negativity. Libras, I feel like Libras, you have new cycles in love starting. You have new cycles in love coming around. But I also feel like there's a need to release anything holding you back from that. Allow it to come in, Libra, okay? Allow it to come in. Your commitment is being tested, okay? This is everyone's message. This is for everyone. Your commitment is being tested. You have tests happening almost right now in your life. And I feel like we all feel that. We all know that. There are things that we learned. And then it's like, okay, this is popping up. Okay, what does this mean, right? It's like, okay, you learned the lesson. Let me see if you really learned the lesson. And then these little, lessons or these little tests are popping up. And I feel like this is regarding our finances, regarding people in our lives more than anything, because this is about our mindset changing. And our commitments to ourselves and our futures and our lives and our hearts and our souls and our mindsets are being tested at this time. Our commitments to ourselves are being tested at this time. Libra, specifically, I feel like you have new love coming towards you, but I feel like you need to be open to receiving it, and I feel like you need to be letting go of things that no longer serve you. There's a level of holding on to things that don't serve you that can stand in the way of that. Your commitments are being tested. Are you committing to yourself? Are you committing to your happiness, your full happiness? Are you committing to your higher self, what your intuition, what's guiding you? Are you committing to your full betterment. Like, are you committing to what's the best for you? A win-win outcome is forecast, more Libra energy. Libra, I feel like whatever you're getting into now is for you, or whatever is trying to come in for you that you see is for you. Whatever's trying to come in for you is for you, so let it rock. Like, let it roll. Don't push it away because of whatever happened before in the past, because I feel like there are things that happened in the past that keep you worried about starting something new. Or you'll start, but you won't go gung-ho, you won't dive in, or you won't be consistent and put the work in, because there's a level of fear there. A level of fear, a level of uncertainty. Let's get out of power struggles. Let's get out of power struggles with ourselves, and let's get out of power struggles with other people around us, because other people around us do not dictate our lives. They don't dictate where we're going, where we're headed, what we're here for. They don't dictate any of those things. And I'm not saying that you won't bump into people who will have your best interest at heart, or people who will support you, but you'll know, okay? And when you're honoring yourself and your soul, you'll know from a place of discernment. It will not be confusing anymore. I'm telling you, because I know, I've been through this. I confused. I can, even to this day, there are certain people that I really want to be in my world, but I really have to be real with myself. Like, these not my people. And for so long, there was this level of not accepting that, and just being comfortable there, and being almost I don't know, needing that relationship there, but understanding that, or feeling like that was how things are supposed to look. But now knowing that that's not. These are not people that are supportive of me. And when I say supportive, I don't mean that somebody's going to be sending you money all the time or taking care of you financially. When I say supportive, I mean someone who isn't going to put you down, okay? Someone who isn't going to bring toxicity and negativity into your life, because a person does not have to be supporting you monetarily to be supportive of you all the time. A person does not have to be and I hope that I'm making myself clear. There is a level of support that you will receive from your people, okay? Your people who will want the best for you, and that's it. Like, it's simple as that. There will be people who will tell you they love you, who will be in your lives, but they will root for your demise. Does that make sense? You can see it in the way that they speak to you, in the negativity, in the way that they speak about you. And some of us are so used to that and so familiar with that we do not even understand the separation between that and the love that those people feel for us. We misconstrue that as support. We misconstrue that as love. We misconstrue toxicity for things that we need in our lives. We misconstrue that. You know what I mean? For many years in my life, there are people that spoke down over my name, spoke down about me for many years. And I have a humongous family. So when you come from a humongous family, there's a lot of being in everybody's business, right? And so you're kind of taught, and I this is not for everybody, but some of you will understand. You're kind of taught that, oh yeah, everybody's in your business, but it's for your own good. It's for your own good. Oh, it's out of concern. Oh, it's out of love. Oh, it's out of, And then you figure out one day that it's like, okay, wait a minute, that doesn't really look how how it should. You'll just, and this is once you start really learning to love yourself, you'll start discerning the difference between, gossip and concern, and you know what I mean, or toxicity and, love, support, judgment and constructive criticism. Like there's a line, and there's a place where we're not really taught the difference, and so we confuse the two all the time. And I feel like when you really start diving into your own your own core, like your own needs, who you are, what you need, your higher self, really connecting with yourself. You get aligning with your purpose, what you're here for. Then you start figuring out what of those things are for you and what are not. And you can more clearly, because I understand the confusion, because for so many years there was confusion in my life with this specifically, with relationships. And then, once you start doing the work, the consistent work, which is what Spirit is talking to us about right now, consistent work, consistency. Once you start doing the work, consistent work, then you start seeing the changes to your own mindset, right? And then you start seeing the pull towards your own fulfillment and your own confidence and happiness and emotional security and satisfaction in your world, right? And then you start opening up your throat chakra, and you start being able to express yourself more clearly, and from a place of confidence, you start being able to express yourself. Your throat chakra starts opening. You start being able, and I'm not talking about cussing people out, I'm talking about being able to assertively, be direct. And then you stop feeling defensive, like you have to defend yourself all the time, like you have to be protective of yourself, because there is always hurt around every other corner, because you stop expecting that to be what the outcome is. You stop expecting that to be around every other corner. You stop expecting that to be what's coming towards you all the time, and then you stop denying things that are coming to you, opportunities for love, opportunities for career advancements, opportunities for friendships, opportunities for, self-development, opportunities coming towards you that are for you. You become less resistant to them, because the fear of these things reoccurring in your life continuously are not there as much, right? Because you've been doing the work, right? You start finding passion, okay? Because passion and obligation do not have anything to do with each other. That's something that we are taught, is like we're obligated to do this, we're obligated to do that, we're obligated to do that. And everything becomes an obligation. Work becomes an obligation. Love becomes an obligation. Family becomes an obligation. Friendships become obligations. And is obligation love? No, it's not. Do we love what we do? Do we love who we're around? Do we love our work? Do we love our home? Do we love ourselves? You know what I mean? When does the passion come into play? And when the passion comes into play, I feel like that's where the success follows. Like, it's not all about passion. It's again about our emotional security, right? About our mindsets. But there's a lot that passion comes into play in the picture. And that's where we reach our full success. A lot of times people are successful in their careers and things of that nature, and that's great. You know what I mean? Believe me, I know that's great, because I'm a person that has struggled. So I commend the person who's disciplined, who is, career orientated and who is able to build a successful career. I commend that person, because that's not something that I've experienced yet in my life, right? And I say yet because it's coming. But I also understand that I'm a person that needs a certain level of passion. And so I need to be loving what I do. I need to be enjoying it. I need to feel that there. And there are many people who have successful careers and are lacking passion and are not happy. So what is it that's happy to you? Are you doing the work enough to dive into that and to dive into yourself there, right? To change the mindsets, because this is what's in the blockage, 6 of Swords. Are we shifting our minds? And are we making moves where need be? Because I know that, like for me, I decided to make a move. I know that there is a lot of, sayings or whatever throughout the years that say, you can, it's not about the place that you're in, right? I used to hear that all the time. I don't know if you've heard it or not, but it's not about the place that you're in. It's about, how you work it or whatever. I don't know what the exact words are, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's not about where you're at. It's about, how you go about it or what you're doing or whatever. And I used to believe that, you know what I mean? And for a long time, I stayed where I'm at. I'm still where I'm at. So I'm still where I'm at. I'm still where I'm at. But for a long time, why I stayed where I'm at was because I'm like, if I can't make it work here, I'm not going to be able to make it work anywhere else. You know what I mean? And that's like, it was like put in my head, and that's what I believed. And so I'm just like, okay, I need to figure out how to do that, because I'm not going to be able to do that anywhere else. And yes, to a certain extent, I get that. And I do think that it does make sense. But sometimes that place is filled with trauma. It's filled with disappointment. It's filled with toxicity. It's filled with those things that you've struggled with for so long. And it's like, what the hell? What makes sense about you forcing yourself to succeed in a place where you're surrounded with toxicity? You know what I mean? Like, that does not make sense. And so sometimes, yes, you still have to, that does not negate the fact that you still have to work on your inner workings. You still have to work on the mindset. You still have to work on where, how you feel about you. But it sure enough will make it a lot easier if you're in that energy of peace, as opposed to doing all that inner work and staying in the same place, in the same environment. You know what I mean? So, but overall, some of us have romance coming towards us, probably around Libra season. I feel like this is popping up only because, our commitments are being tested to ourselves right now, because we're needing to be open. Some of us are not open to love. We're not open to receiving that. For many reasons. And so when I say, or when the cards say your commitment is being tested, this is about to you. Okay, this is not about your commitment to someone else being tested, or your commitment to that job being tested, or your commitment to whatever. This is about your commitment to yourself. Your commitments to yourself are being tested. And when you realize that you are committed to yourself, then bam, it's like the blessings come after that. And I feel like for some of you, the blessing will come in the form of romance around Libra season. Okay, and Spirit is trying to push you to be committing to yourself more, because they want you to be open to it, open to love, open to receiving love, and not love like what you're used to, love like as it should be, love as it should feel. And but that starts with you. And so they're like, okay, well, do you want that? Do you want that? Because are you committed to you? Love yourself. Are you loving on yourself? Because we want you to feel this, but you're not going to feel it if you don't feel it for you. You're not going to feel it. You're going to be in this Four of Cups energy and this Nine of Wands energy, and you're going to reject it. You're going to reject it because you're fearing of it. And they want you to know a win-win outcome is forecast Libra season. So at the end of the day, right? Hi, beautiful. At the end of the day, you're good. You know what I mean? You're good. And Spirit is like, you're good. But are you going to believe you're good? So that's what the goal is. That's what the purpose is. That's what the point is. Are you doing the work? Because we want to be able to show you these things. We want to be able to show you these things. But we cannot show you these things if you cannot see them. We cannot show you these things if you are constantly protecting and blocking and walling yourself up from those things. So the reminder here is do the work daily. Do the work daily. Three of Swords is on the other end of the deck. At the bottom of the deck is the King of Coins. Yes, heartbreak is keeping us from our success, and that's it. Period. Point blank. Whatever we are heartbroken over, Three of Swords, it blocks us from this level of stability. King of Coins. Some of you are Capricorns. This particular message, this is a collective message, but this particular message is for my Capricorns. Capricorns, are you feeling like you're not reaching your success, your full potential in your business? And I feel like whatever is missing there is connected directly to something that broke your heart, something that is taxing on your mind, something that stays there, that sits there, that's discouraging. Maybe some sort of, somebody hurt you. And whatever this is, it keeps you from being able to focus on your full potential. Focus on your full potential. That's where the Six of Swords come in. It comes into play with us actually like physically moving away from toxic environments, or physically or mentally making shifts in the way that we think, the way that we think about ourselves. That's number one. The way that we think about ourselves, that's number one. And then it boils down to, how do we feel about money? How do we feel about relationships? What is our view of it? I'm going to leave it there. I feel like that was pretty clear and straightforward. I'm going to save this. Anyone who, before I get off, if anyone is interested in getting a personal reading, my donation information is pinned down below. But if not, I'm going to leave this here because I feel like it's very clear cut. The overall message that I'm seeing here is that Spirit wants us to know that in order to find our full fulfillment and purpose, our happiness and satisfaction in our lives, in our surroundings, in ourselves, we have to be willing to do the work consistently. We have to be willing to put the work in. We have to be willing to manifest daily from a place of intention. We have to be willing to meditate daily. We have to be willing to dissect our mindsets and figure out where our blockages are and change them. And we have to be willing to speak up. A lot of throat chakra healing is necessary, I believe, and it's for this period of time for all of us. Throat chakra healing, because there's a lot of places that we hold back, places that we dim ourselves for others. It could be in relationships, it could be at work. I think a lot of you are holding back ideas because you're like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Or things you want to teach, things you can show other people, things you can, offer this world, that you're like, there's a lot of self-doubt connected to it. So there's a level of holding it back, keeping it in, dimming that light. And then some of us just don't express ourselves to people around us because we either don't know how to express how we feel, out of fear of rejection maybe, or we are afraid of conflict, you know what I mean? Power struggles. Some of us are dealing with that when it comes to our families. We're dealing with opposition from people around us, trying to dictate what it is that we do or how it is that we do it. And so there's a certain level of covering ourselves and protecting ourselves, keeping ourselves walled up that we fall into. But it almost blocks us from new opportunities that are trying to come into our lives, I feel like Spirit ultimately wants you to have fun, find passion. And this passion will bring you towards your success. We're so, I don't know how to say it. What's the word I'm thinking of? We're so programmed, or like, what's that, brainwashed to feel like our success has to be grueling and hard, and we don't equate fun to our success. We don't correlate, passion to our stability. We don't relate the two. And so passion for us and fun for us is always connected to, hurt, to pain, to this, to that. And why is that the case? Why is that the case? And I feel like Spirit is telling us, have more fun, enjoy yourself, because the more fun that you have, the more success that you have. The more that you're able to enjoy what you're doing, enjoy who you're around, enjoy the work that you do, enjoy yourself, your time with yourself, the more success that you have. The more success that you'll be able to obtain and you'll be able to attract. And get away from fear. Release fear. Do releasing rituals. For those of you who are interested in or are into candle magic. For those of you who are not, it's so simple as incorporating affirmations into your day to day. Incorporating affirmations into your day to day. Reteaching the mind, incorporating those affirmations. But there's also a level of you figuring out where the root of those thought processes come from. You know what I mean? Journaling is really good. Keep a notebook. Start to express, get those things out of your body and onto something else so that they're out. And all of that work just helps us to have less inner conflict, less conflict with ourselves, less, power struggles with ourselves, and then less power struggles with other people, because when we're not power struggling with ourselves, when our ego, excuse me, is not taking over, we're less inclined to power struggle with other people, because we're like, listen, I'm zen, I'm peaceful, like I don't have time for that. You know what I mean? When we not peaceful, we looking for a fight. We like, what you said, what that means, what you trying to say? Are you trying to say something to me? We in that, we're in that mode. But when we're like intact on the inside and we're mad peaceful, we're just like, okay, like, all right, that's cool, you do that, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're less inclined to allow other people to really like disturb our peace. And for those of you who have love coming in towards you, work on being more aligned with what you're looking for. If you're looking for something, make sure that that's something that you're willing to do yourself. Focus on the inward, because I know that, it's hard to do. I know it's hard to do. It's hard to look at ourselves when we're needing and wanting that love, when we're needing companionship, when we're needing, not to feel alone, when we're needing affection, when we're needing those things. But ultimately, we can't get those things from anyone if we're not willing to give those things to ourselves. People are only going to give us what they see us giving ourselves. It's like like I tell my kids, people only going to respect your home as much as you respect it. People only going to respect your parents as much as you respect them. If you go in your house and trample that shit up, they're going to come in your house and trample that shit up too, because they see you doing it. Why should they have to respect your house and you don't respect it? You know what I'm saying? Same thing with your soul, same thing with your body. If you're not respecting it, then what do other people owe you? You know what I mean? Why do they have to do that? And so as much as you're willing to love yourself is how much the next person is gonna love you. You know what I mean? And then we just can't ask people for things we're not willing to offer. You know what I mean? That's just a lot. This is a lot. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave that there. So this was, I'm gonna save this. This was a collective for everyone at this period of time. I hope that you got some messages from this that you were needing to hear. I love you all so much. We're in this together. We on the same journey. You know what I mean? I'm on it. I'm on the journey, okay? Y'all know y'all been supporting me. I appreciate you. I support you all fully. Y'all know that. However I can show that to you, I love to, you know what I mean, as best that I can. And it's not easy, okay? Every day's a battle. Every day we get up and we have to be conscious, you know what I mean, mindful. So I understand how that is, and I understand how some days are more rough than others, but that's why we're here, okay? Bringing love into the situation, Aquarius energy. This is why we're here for each other. We're all here for each other. We're here to spread, reminders, to spread love, to spread consciousness, to spread awareness, to spread support. You know what I mean? And we do that best by doing that for ourselves. And then it just kind of boils over. I love you all so much. Please check out my website. I have a September focus reading sale up there now for 11/11, talking to you about, and personally you, about your focus for the month of September, what your blockage is and what your advice is. And if you're looking for a personal reading of any sort, love, career, messages from your ancestors, messages from your higher self, a general reading, you can find those on my website at reneeandtune.com. Check out my TikTok. I'm trying to do something over there, throw a couple of little videos up there for the signs and general messages that we may need to hear on an every other day basis. So check those out, and check out Twitter, because later on I will be posting my horoscopes for the elements up on Twitter, and I will bring them over to Instagram, so you'll be able to see those. Let me know. Oh, I'm also going to be putting up a pick a card, so look out for that. And let me know what you're looking for, what you want to see, what you're, y'all know I'm getting back into my program. I took a break for a little bit. I needed that. But I'm here and I'm ready and I'm willing and I'm open. So whatever you want to see, whatever I can, bring to you all, definitely feel free to DM me or respond to my stories. Or email me. All that information is on my website. Everything you can need to find is on my website, reneeandtune.com. I love you all so much. Mwah. Bye-bye.